Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green, manager of the AFC Wimbledon Wimbly Womblys, who today, in a stunning turn of events, are taking on the sailing ships of Plymouth Argyle. Why is this stunning? Because, my friends, just yesterday, in real life, Plymouth Argyle are 22nd in League One here, but in real life, they're in League Two with AFC Wimbledon, and in real life, AFC Wimbledon are going to be playing. This is just they're going to be playing at Wembley Stadium in the playoff final against this very same team, Plymouth Argyle, for a spot in League One, the third tier of English football. So the actual AFC Wimbledon would be doing more or less exactly what the FIFA 16 Wimbly Womblys have done, but on real-life skill level, which is, of course, the hardest skill level of all, even harder than professional skill level. So this is a massive game in my mind, because this is the game that is going to be the exact same game that I see at Wembley on Monday, May 30th. By the way, if you are a Wimbly Wombly fan, and you happen to live in the great nation of the United Kingdom, I strongly urge you to be at Wembley to watch the actual AFC Wimbledon in a stadium that seats 80,000 people. It'll be their first ever game as AFC Wimbledon playing there. Wimbledon hasn't been there since they won the FA Cup in the 80s. It's just... The events of yesterday were so weird and overwhelming and amazing. It's hard to even talk about it. But for me, for context, going into the start of this season, both as a sponsor and as a fan of AFC Wimbledon, I would have been very happy with 20th. Oh God! I would have been very happy to finish safely. Get there, John Green. John Green, he's having himself a good game so far. And John Green just ran into the back of the net for no reason. That was a little bit controversial. That's a nice interception, though. I like that ball. Oh, it has to be, and it is! It is off to a brilliant start. 7 minutes in. Who scored the goal? It was the Montserratian Messi. The Caribbean Cristiano Ronaldo. Lyle Taylor with a beautiful goal. Great headed finish. We haven't had a lot of headed goals this season. This is a very encouraging start to the game. And I have to say, it's a little bit encouraging to me as a fan of the actual AFC Wimbledon, because I can't help but think that in the same way that beating Arsenal at Wembley correctly predicted that AFC Wimbledon would win their semifinal match against Accrington Stanley, that maybe this predicts that as well. A lot of spending a lot of time in the back of the net today. Not the ball, the players. What happened is that in the playoffs, the second leg of the playoff semifinal, AFC Wimbledon went in with a 1-0 advantage, thanks to the 92nd minute goal by Tom Beer, his first goal for AFC Wimbledon. In fact, his first goal, I think, in senior football league football. And then the game at Accrington Stanley was full of immense, terrifying drama, and it was 2-1 on aggregate in the second half when Adebayo Akinfenwa, our stream had just died. Rosianna and I were watching the game at a bar. Our stream had just died, and we saw Meredith just tweet Akinfenwa ! And we were like, that sounds like good news. Usually Akinfenwa ! Is good news. And it turned out it was very good news. Adebayo Akinfenwa had headed in a magnificent goal. Truly a legendary finish, one that I will remember as long as I live. And that sent the game to extra time. Then, in extra time, the drama was palpable. I thought I was going to vomit the entire time. I believe it was it Riggsy or Reeves? One of either Riggs Boson or Reevesy went on an immense run. We're trying to head in the ball today. We're feeling strong about headers. went on an immense run through the Accrington Stanley defense, got a shot on goal that was well saved, but who did the rebound fall to but the Montserrati and Messi, Lyle Taylor. So in extra time, AFC Wimbledon score to... Gosh, your beard is an embarrassment, sir. Everything else about that was great, but your beard is unbearable to me. Anyway, it was an amazing. And then in the second half of stoppage time, welcome to League Two football. Accrington Stanley's floodlights went out, leading to the manager Neil Ardley being interviewed on TV during a stoppage in which he said, "The game must go on," and I strongly agreed. He was like, "We play in lights like this at home," just a bit of an exaggeration, I think. But point being, despite the Accrington Stanley groundskeeper possibly turning off the lights for 5 minutes as a way of trying to get his team a little rest to try to score a goal, Wimbledon held on, won 3-2 on aggregate in extra time, and then and now are going to play at Wembley. I mean, it's hard to even contextualize how big of a deal this is. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if Wimbledon win that game, they would have... Oh, God. Shoot, Meredith, this is a disaster. Oh, no. It's scary now. If Wimbledon were to win this game at Wembley, they would have the smallest stadium of any team in League One. Like, they would be the smallest team by revenue in League One. Get there. Oh. That's good. That's good. Oh, I've been tackled in the box illegally. That's nice. No, that's nice. Oh, frustration. Mounting. Okay. How's this? How's that? John Green! Oh, it's a beautiful goal! Oh, and then he does the flop! He dies like a beautiful dead fish onto the ground. His big bird-like body just getting... Oh, it's a beautiful goal. Oh. Ginger John Green, Ginger John Green, Ginger John Green has a soul. So proud of him. He hasn't had a great season, but he just had a massive goal. Massive. You got to say, Bald John Green has not been heavily involved in this game, but that was a huge goal at the end of the first half, essentially with the last kick of the game in the first half. Massive for Wimbledon after giving up a really switched off kind of equalizer. Not unlike the first goal that they gave up against Accrington Stanley, where they just switched off defensively for a moment and ended up giving up a penalty, which then a man named Windass, real name, was able to put away into the back of the net. Accrington Stanley's Windass, by the way, that is his real name. His name is Dean Windass. Dean Windass is a really good player. He was the star for Stanley for sure. And I got to say, you know, that's Accrington Stanley is another really small team in League Two who've just massively overachieved this season, as Wimbledon have. And you know, it was one of those games where it just sucks that somebody's got to lose, because it was really two very good, deserving. It has to be. Oh, what a finish from Bald John Green. Oh, it's beautiful. I love you. I want to marry you when I grow up, and unfortunately you're already married to other John Green. There's already two John Greens involved in this situation. We don't need to add a third. Bald. Nope, that's the wrong tune. And let's try it again. Bald John Green, he gives it all for the team. Upon his mustache we're keen. Bald John Green. Imagine if we can beat Plymouth Argyle 3-1 at Wembley, Meredith. Wouldn't that be magical? Oh, man, it would be amazing. So, yeah. I mean, it's hard to contextualize, for those who don't follow the real-life AFC Wimbledon that much, how big of a deal this is. But, you know, maybe it helps to understand that Wimbledon haven't played at Wembley since they reformed. Maybe it helps to understand that Wimbledon would be the smallest team in terms of stadium capacity in League One if they were to somehow win that game against Plymouth Argyle and get promoted. Maybe it helps to think about the financials of it, that you know, that this will be as big as almost like a whole season's worth of worth of money to the team. It's just an amazing accomplishment, and I have to say the players this season, Lyle Taylor chief among them, but also Akinfenwa, who is just really is an incredible ambassador, not just for AFC Wimbledon, but really for soccer in general. But also the captain, Paul Robinson, who isn't even a Wimbly Womblys. Oh God, whew, everything worked out better than expected. They just have so many. They have so many players who really have bought into the ethos at the club and have made this a really special season. And I am really. It's just been so fun for me. Like I mean, yesterday, Liverpool lost the Europa League final about 20 minutes before Lyle Taylor scored that goal to send Wimbledon to Wembley, and I remember it's just a strange feeling. I felt so sad about losing the Europa League. It means that Liverpool won't be in Europe next season. And also it's just such a long, difficult journey to get to the Europa League final for Liverpool. And I felt like football is this stupid sport that does these terrible. Wow, you had an open net, man. We gotta have a talk. You're better than that, buddy. You're better than that, but you did still score this game. We're up 3-1. I don't want to be too cruel. In fact, let's bring on some. Oh, I know why he missed. It's because he has literally no energy. I worked him to the actual bone. For me not making the substitutions. It is, to be fair, Meredith, it is your job to make substitutions. So they should be yelling at you. That's appropriate. We have a very thin squad. It's not all Meredith's fault, right? So we only have, in addition to our 5 substitutes, we only have 2 other players. I made some errors. In trying to fill out the squad, for instance, I sold all of our center backs. I made some mistakes, but we have good players. We just don't have very many of them. So that's the situation. Now we've got Akinfenwa on. Everything's going to be great. He's going to have a great game. He's going to have a great last 13 minutes. He is truly a super sub. He came on at halftime in the playoff semifinal, and it was just, you almost felt every time he had the ball, every time there was a pass into him, you felt like this is dangerous. Like Plymouth are scared right now. That's what he brings to a team. He also is just an incredible professional in person and teammate, and that has been, I think, the real. Oh, what a great ball! What a fantastic ball! And it's Akinfenwa alone on goal. Adebayo Akinfenwa with the exclamation point on a beautiful victory for Wimbledon over Plymouth Argyle, the very same team they will be facing at Wembley on May 30th. I hope you're at the game. I'm going to be at the game. I'm going straight from the Indy 500. It's going to be a very complicated journey, but it's going to happen. I'm going to be a little sweaty at the game, but it's going to be super fun. I'm so excited. I am so excited to see AFC Wimbledon play at Wembley. It's only the tickets start at £20, so I mean that's going to be the best $32 that you ever spent. It's going to be amazing. That's nice. Akinfenwa is not quite as fast. Oh, look at the tackling! The kid never gives up. I probably shouldn't call him a kid. He's my age. Not a young player, but he's full of heart. He just signed a 4-year contract with the Wimbly Womblys. He didn't sign a 4-year contract with the real AFC Wimbledon, but the Wimbly Womblys he's going to be a part of for the foreseeable future. That was fantastic from T.S. Eliot. Oh, at this point we're just rampaging. Oh, T.S. Eliot can't finish. Oh, poor T.S. Eliot. He wanted that. He wanted that for his. That's a great game though. What a game. What a game by AFC Wimbledon, the real-life AFC Wimbledon. I'm so proud to be their sponsor. Thank you to everybody who watches these videos. Every time you watch a video, all the ad money goes to AFC Wimbledon to sponsor the back of their shorts. It's just been an incredible few years for us as a community getting to sponsor them. And I feel so grateful and lucky. And up the Dons. I'll see, hopefully, many of you at Wembley. All right, thanks for watching. Best wishes.